full disclosure, I'm exhausted. I'm still doing an episode anyway because discipline and dedication. I'm tired because I had an eventful ass weekend that I'm about to tell y'all about. And I drove back from DC last night. Long story short, let's just say I got back home around 1:30, and had to be up for work by 7. So by the time I got home, showered, ate a little bit, it was already like 3 o'clock in the morning. So Leah did not get much sleep last night. But I've also been needing to wash my hair. And I don't have to retwist it right now, but I'm going to. A little soft retwist, nothing crazy. I think I might do something like some barrel rolls or barrel twists. I'm not sure the actual name for it in the front. Anywho, I'm tired, so please don't take that as me being like not excited to do this or not excited to be here. I'm just lacking sleep. I can tell I'm lacking sleep because my whole this hurt. All this right here, it hurt. So nonetheless, let's get started. Retwist with me, yeah. So this weekend, I was down in DC with my lady. So me and my lady are long distance. We met in college. She's the love of my life. And we're learning. It's honestly me learning how to balance being in a long distance relationship. I don't want to use that one. Because I don't like being away from her at all. I don't like being away from her. I want to be with her all the time. I want to live in her skin if I could. But we're doing our thing. So we got an Airbnb this past weekend. So we can hang out, have some couple time, and just be in each other's space without any interruptions, which is really nice. Friday, she had to work. So I usually get in the night before, like Thursday night or something like that. But she had to work, had some stuff going on, some prior responsibilities. So I'm like, no worries. I could check myself into the Airbnb. And I did. And I went grocery shopping because I figured, I want to have a nice meal ready for my lady whenever she gets off of work. And so I was able to do that. And I made some creamy Tuscan chicken wings, basically. Usually I do it as like a chicken thighs type recipe, thing going on. But this time I seen somebody do some wings on Instagram, some pan-seared wings. So I'm like, oh yeah, we're doing that. And so got those, chefing it up. She ended up coming back. We had dinner. It was nice, relaxing. We always find like a new show to watch whenever we're together, because we can like finish a series very quickly. So this time we were watching, what the heck? Where do you go? We were watching Next Level Chef. Cuddled, had a nice little time, took a shower, and then basically laid down, went to bed. Next morning, she told me, so like I knew that we had like a bit of a surprise, or I had a surprise date she had planned for us. I didn't know what we were doing, so I asked for a little hint just so I knew what to wear. Still didn't help me as to figuring out what we were going to do. So long story short, she just ended up telling me like it was a paint and sip. So I'm like, oh, so let me not wear anything that like something calm. Like they usually give you an apron. I'm thinking like painting with a twist. Cool. But before that, we went to this cute pop-up shop. And there was these bomb ass cupcakes. Had a little cookie on top of it. Shit was fucking delicious. Good as hell. And then there was also basically like a dispensary that was there at the pop-up shop as well. So I got a little goody some gummies. And there was some awesome art there, a lot of creative people. I love a lot of stuff was there. I just wasn't in my budget to be spending. But I got their information, so whenever I do, I only get paid once a month. So whenever I do get my new set of funds, definitely will be reaching out to them and showing some love. And so then I'm like, let's get a quick bite to eat, because we know we got to get to the paint and sip spot at 6. So let's grab some food. It was like 5. We grabbed something quick. So we're headed there. And so as we're going there, I'm like, give me the address, you know, let's get there. So I look, and it's like the name just didn't give like a cute little paint shop or something. Y'all, my girlfriend took me to a paint and sip at a strip club. A goddamn strip club. And that was my first time ever going to a strip club. So I'm like completely overstimulated. My ass, I'm like titties, ass. They had their coochies out. I was like, I'm looking at her like, babe, she got her pussy out. And she's like, yeah, babe, we're at a strip club, so you know they're gonna be naked, you know. And I'm just like, I know, but golly. And so the first woman, I was up there, she was dancing her ass off, one cheek at a time, flips, twirling, like it was definitely, she was it. And so they give us like a stencil, or not a stencil, or I guess I don't know what you would call it, but it was basically something that had like a pre drawn on, like was ass, or you can get coochie, like you could literally paint the coochie. But I went with the booty, because I was like, I think I got a little design I could put like on the back, like I love backs, that's my thing. And so we get our design, person sits us down, shorty up here doing her thing, ass stupid, right? And so I'm sitting around, I'm like, well, I don't even got no ones, like I can't even, like, you know, really, you know, other than cheering for shorty, I can't really do much. And so my girlfriend's like, I'll be back, you know, I'm gonna go get our drinks or whatever. Baby comes back with some ones, gives me half, and she was like, go for it, have fun, like enjoy yourself. Y'all, I was nervous to go up there at first. Like, I don't even know what I was about to say. I was nervous. I was definitely nervous to go up there at first. I wasn't sure what I was expecting out of it, but like soon as I had walked in, shorty had smiled at me at first, and I was like, oh my god, she got me feeling special already. But in my mind, I'm like, she's just doing her job, and I'm like, no, she's also enjoying herself, like giving what's supposed to be gave. And so go back into the story. Baby hands me a stack of ones, and she's like, go ahead. And so I'm holding it, and I'm looking at her. And every now and again, like, she would go back and forth between, like, you know, entertaining the masses, and she would just catch my eye. And I'm just probably over there cheesy as hell. So she's smiling back at me. I'm smiling even harder. And then she just turns, like, faces me. So it was like basically like a little stage that you can walk up, that she could walk up on with a pole, and then there was a couch. There was like couches, so like stage, stairs, couch, and then just like regular seats. And so me and my lady was here, and then it was another, I don't know, couple, friend, whatever, but then another couple, her and her man, and then another friend couple, I'm not sure, 2 women sitting on the other side. And so I finished my painting real quick. I already knew what I wanted to do, so like, and I wanted to paint her tattoos too, because she had tattoos like all over herself, but she had this, yeah, she had tattoos everywhere. And so at one point, she had already like taken off her top, so she just had, because I'm like, where am I gonna put the dollar? Like, I want to like put the dollar in this, like on her or something. Like, I was like, this is my experience, this is my moment. And I psyched myself out of a lot of things. So there was like literally 2 or 3 times where I was like, I'm gonna do it. But the eye contact that she was giving me, I crumbled, I folded. I was already drunk. I had been drinking Henny all day and then ended up getting tequila whenever we were there. So you would think that would make me like, jump for it. But I was like, I think I need another drink. I don't know why my nerves, like I was just overstimulated and my nerves were getting the best of me. But nevertheless, at one point I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna learn something today. And so I just walk up behind her as she's like on the stage, like she's taking a break or something. Like she's doing something. She was just sitting there for a moment. And I just tucked like $2. I tucked like $2 into her bottoms, her thong, her G-string. And just the most beautiful woman. Like, she smelled fucking amazing, my God. She just starts throwing ass, and I'm like, hey, get it, like watching it, like, ha, 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 like throwing little dollars up, having a grand old fucking time. And then she like kind of like grabs my hand because like I wasn't sure if I could touch her, and I didn't want to disrespect her either by thinking like I just had the right to put my hands on her. But she ended, I guess she must have seen how fucking excited I was, but she grabbed my hand and just put it like on her thigh. And so I'm like, yeah, girl, you got some strong meat there, you know what I'm saying? But she was so soft. She was so soft. I was like, wow. Just, wow. So she doing her thing, throwing ass, and then I just started smacking on that thing. I'm like, man, shorty is going up. She's doing it for real. And so, mind you, y'all, all she got on is the bottoms. And so I, take my seats back because I'm like, she throwing that ass on me. She twerking on me. She throwing her butt on me. She grabbing her boobs, grabbing her titties, jiggling them in my face and shit. I'm like, oh my God. Like, I feel special. I felt so special. And so I went and sat back down because I'm like, I may fall the hell over. So I went and sat back down talking to my baby about it. She's like, so how you feeling? What's going on? So we're catching up, we're talking. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, she caught my attention again because she's like, had the legs out and it came over to clap, bam, back down. I'm like, shorty is doing it, bro. Like, shorty looks good. And so I'm watching her again, and then all of a sudden, she had like grabbed the G-string and is showing cooch, and I'm like, this is my time. I'm like, oh my God, I'm a coochie lover. I literally did not know what to do with myself. And so I'm watching her, and she's like showing it to the couple that's like on the front of the stage, in that couch that's out at the front of the stage. I was just really taken aback. It was like my first time ever going to a strip club, and I'm like, oh, y'all get naked. Like, I mean, I knew that, like, you get down into like your little slims or whatever, but I'm like, nah, shorty is up there in heels only. It was a great sight to see. Nonetheless, she did her D. She gets off. Another dancer comes up, and I was like kind of getting like recording from a distance. And so she had came over, and what I had heard was, I don't mind recording. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like, I want to make sure that I was still being respectful. And so then there was another point in time. Shorty looks amazing. She's doing her thing, grinding up on the floor. And I'm like, I got to get this because Shorty looks great. I guess I hadn't heard her completely. And I felt so bad too. But she was okay with recording. Just don't get her face. And I'm like, absolutely, that makes sense. But again, I didn't hear that part. And so I felt so bad whenever I started recording because, I mean, it was her face. I mean, she looked good. She was giving it. But nonetheless, I was like, I'm so sorry. So like, I'm like apologizing profusely. Like, I was like, I deleted it. Like, I'm so sorry. I meant no disrespect. And she was really cool about it. And I was like, what, just take that. Like, I was on me. Like, my bad. And even my lady was like, babe, she said like, not her face. And I was like, I didn't hear her. I'm not sure if she got my bad ear. It's loud as fucking here. I'm also overstimulated. I was looking at all that ass she got. But nonetheless, I deleted it because I'm respectful. I'm respect, the wishes of her. But she just kept going to work doing her thing, and I just was like, I will never forget this time. I'll never forget my first time at a strip club. It was amazing. It was definitely amazing. I was completely overstimulated the entire time. Like, even driving back to the Airbnb, I'm like, I think I need to go out. Like, I need to go party. Like, I got all this energy in me. But that always dies once I come home and see the bed. I seen that motherfucking bed. I was like, yeah, I lied. I don't want to go anywhere. But we actually ended up going for a walk afterwards. And so the area we were staying in was close to the water. So we took a walk, and we've been able to have such great conversation, which I'm extremely grateful for. Takes a while for me to kind of get my thoughts, get my thoughts to come to me, and then to come out, and then mostly come out in a way that I feel like I'm expressing myself in the best way possible. Because sometimes I feel like when I'm talking about my feelings, words just come out, and it's not like they're untruthful or anything. It's just not the best depiction of what I'm truly experiencing. So I felt like I was able to really articulate myself really great in a lot of the conversations my lady and I were having. So I was just extremely grateful for that. And so the next day, Sunday, which also happened to be Father's Day, my baby took me out on a picnic, and it was right in front of the Ronald Reagan International Airport. And so the planes fly down like really low because it's just like this park that's right before the landing strip for the planes. And so I got these really great shots of planes, like literally who knows how many ever feet, but like mad fucking close to us. And we were able to again have like some great conversation there. And then we end up going and celebrating Father's Day with her father and her siblings, which was also really great, playing a lot of games, drinking, just having fun. And it felt really good to be in that moment. And I love seeing my lady interact with her family and her siblings. Me being the youngest, I have a very different perspective of what it's like to be an older sibling. And so to date someone or to be with someone, I'm not dating, I'm in a relationship. But you date in a relationship. But to be in a relationship with somebody who's an older sibling and seeing the responsibilities that they take on, the way they take care of the people around them, it's really beautiful. But I think that's why I always I always do my best to take care of her and make her feel relaxed, because a good part of her life is taking care of others, which was honestly one of my favorite things about her. But nevertheless, this could turn into a whole episode about why I love my girlfriend if I keep going. But yeah, nevertheless, it was a really awesome weekend. Then the next day was Juneteenth. We kind of just relaxed. I was supposed to drive back in the afternoon of that day, but ended up getting tired. Then I tried to lay down, couldn't really sleep, but nevertheless, ended up leaving. And then not getting home till pretty late, and then had to go straight to work today. And I had an event today. And the event went really great. It was super well attended. I love sharing information and connecting with the community. So that was really awesome. But yeah, I had a very eventful weekend. I had a lot of fun with my lady. I love visiting her. I love being with her. I feel like right now I'm in a space that I keep going back and forth of like, I'm not even doing my hair. I keep going back and forth of like, I want a new job so that I can wake up and go to sleep next to her every day. There's something so special about being with her and experiencing things with her. Like, colors are brighter and food tastes better whenever I'm with her. Like, it's shit like that. And so I'm like looking for jobs, seeking job opportunities, but then I also want to make sure that I'm making, good decisions making good decisions for myself and my career and my professional development. I have a pretty great opportunity right now, even with the job that I have now, but then also some potential jobs elsewhere. But again, I just want to make sure that as much as my heart and my soul and my being wants to be with my baby every day, it's going to take some time. And that's okay too, because that's still my baby. And I had a hard time still registering that because I paid so much attention to like the distance that was between us. And for me, any decision that I made that wasn't towards her and I being together or moving in together or getting a job that was down there felt like I was betraying her and us. But that was some trauma that I had to unpack from my childhood, just when it came to change, because the change of one thing almost always meant the change of everything. And so again, it felt like anytime that I took a job or took an opportunity that wasn't towards the goal of getting down there, felt like I was moving against her. So I'm learning that that's not the case. I know that that's my baby no matter what. But mentally my mind would kind of like dissociate from the relationship, I think. Not in like a me stepping out or cheating on her type of way, but more so just like, we could do this, we could be this, we could be more, we can have this, we could do this once I get down there, or once we get together, or once we move in. And then not realizing that that was kind of pushing us away from the goal of being in a relationship, but then also me pushing myself out of the relationship because I was making it seem like I couldn't uplift or enjoy the relationship because we were long distance. So I'm probably going to end up seeking another therapist or another counselor. I think I need a fresh start and someone that's truly going to challenge me to challenge myself with the thought processes that I have and unpacking them so that I can continue to be my best self and give my best self to the world and the people around me, the relationships I share, my family. All in all, y'all, I'm just really, really grateful, really blessed right now to have my lady in my life. I love the way that she teaches me. I love the way that she lets me learn. I never feel judged by her because of the way in which I need to learn. I'm very much so a hands-on, I have to experience it type of learner, which can be difficult, especially with a distance. But I'm learning different ways to connect. I'm learning different ways to still feel like I'm enough, even though I'm not, like I'm enough of a partner, even though I'm not physically there. So if there's any long distance couples out there that would love to give some advice, I would truly appreciate it, especially those that have been together for quite some time. Give or take, my baby and I going on 2 years of being long distance, give or take. But it's in the terms and conditions of our contract. We have that in our relationship. She lives in DC. I live in PA. So it kind of is what it is. But I'm woefully in love with her and willing to do anything to help our relationship and her and us. Our relationship, her, me, help us grow. So I think my brain is starting to jumble words together because of how tired I am. But I definitely wanted to make sure that I came on and gave y'all a little rundown of what my weekend was and my first time going to a strip club with my baby, and also how I've been able to learn and grow with her, and especially learning how to still support myself while being in a long distance relationship, but also support my baby, and find different ways to interact and grow and learn from each other. So that is the inside perspective. I hope y'all have a good one. Until next time. I'm closing this up like I'm not about to retwist my whole fucking head. Jesus Lord.